Tommy by Rudyard Kipling, 1865 to 1936. A tribute to the fallen. I went into a public house to get a pint of beer. The publican, he up and says, "We serve no redcoats here." The girls behind the bar, they laughed and giggled fit to die. I out into the street again, and to myself says I, "Oh, it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and Tommy go away. But it's thank you, Mr. Atkins, when the band begins to play. The band begins to play, my boys, the band begins to play. Oh, it's thank you, Mr. Atkins, when the band begins to play." I went into a theatre, as sober as could be. They gave a drunk civilian room, but that hadn't none for me. They sent me to the gallery, around the music halls, but when it came to fighting load, they shoved me in the stalls. Oh, it's Tommy this, and Tommy that, and Tommy wait outside. But it's special train for Atkins, and the troopers on the tide. The troop ships on the tide, my boys, the troop ships on the tide. Oh, it's special train for Atkins, and the troopers on the tide. You making mock of uniforms that guard you while you sleep. It's cheaper than them uniforms, and they're starvation cheap. And us and drunken shoulders, when they're going a large bit, it's 5 times better business than parading in full kit. And there's Tommy this and Tommy that, and Tommy hides his soul. But it's a thin red line of heroes when the drums begin to roll. The drums begin to roll, my boys, the drums begin to roll. Oh, it's thin red line of heroes when the drums begin to roll. We aren't no thin red heroes, no we aren't no blackguards too, but single men in barracks, most remarkable like you. And if somehow our conduct is not only fancy paints, our single men in barracks don't grow into plaster saints. Well, it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and Tommy fall behind. But it's pleased to walk in front, sir, when there's trouble in the wind. There's trouble in the wind, my boy, there's trouble in the wind. Oh, it's pleased to walk in front, sir, when there's trouble in the wind. You talk of better food for us, and schools and fires and all. We wait for extra rations, we treat us rational. Don't mess about the cook and slops. We prove it to our face. The widow's uniform is not the soldier man's disgrace. For it's Tommy this and Tommy that, and check about the brute. But it's savior of his country when the guns begin to shoot. And there's Tommy this and Tommy that, and anything you please. And Tommy ain't a bloomin' fool. You bet that Tommy sees. This is a photograph of the Christmas Day truce in 1914 when the two enemies laid down their arms and got together and celebrated Christmas in peace. They also played a football match, a friendly football match, and there were no red cards, there were no yellow cards, and everything ended well, and that's how it should always be. When will we ever learn?